Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Anime Lounge Short Flights. Today, we're going to be covering episode 2 of season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen. As always, we are brought to you by The Anime Show. Make sure to check them out on Facebook and Instagram and get all that awesome anime information. As you can see, it's just me today. So, for a quick synopsis of what happened in episode 2, we have the conclusion of the fight with Gato and Gojo against Q. You get to find out more about Riku, and essentially she gets to do whatever she wants because when she assimilates with Tengen, she's not really going to be anything. So they basically want to make her happy until she assimilates. And then you also find out a little more about Toji, and you find out that he puts a bounty on Riku's head for $30 million. And it is all a ruse to wear down Gojo, is what he says. But in all actuality, it's going to be for both Gojo and Gato. Just to kind of talk about this episode, it was a great episode. Loved the animation. Loved all the artwork that happens. I found it hilarious when Gojo was in the chapel and just trying to find Riku, and then you have all the girls fawning over him. And of course, Gojo being pretty self-absorbed, 100% played a part of it, played into it, and definitely plays the part of the heartthrob, you could say. I thought it was super funny. And then, of course, you have the teacher giving him her number. And, yeah, it's just straight comedy. Very funny. It's good for this episode because the whole episode is pretty serious. So just to have a little bit of comedic relief in the middle definitely helped a lot. The fight with Q, pretty anticlimactic, which I thought was perfectly fine because we're going to get a lot of fighting and a lot more of everything else. They took care of Q very easily. Gojo had his funny pose when he took out the quote-unquote strongest member of Q with no problem at all. And you get to kind of see Gato's just weird reverse curse technique, or it's not reverse curse, it's his curse manipulation technique, and just seeing all these crazy creatures that he has, very weird. I feel like it's going to play a huge part in things that happen in the future, because right now he's still a good guy, right? So we got to figure out what's going on with that, what causes him to turn. Because, as I said last episode, there's no reason you would think that the Gato we know now is the bad guy and the Gojo we know now is the good guy. Really doesn't make any sense. To continue on through the episode, we find out that Riku gets to essentially do whatever she wants because she's not going to be anything after that. She has no family, so it's not really an issue. Her maid / bodyguard, as basically the person that's a caretaker that's been taking care of her. Her name is Shoko, and she's essentially Riku's mom and is watching over Riku. Then after that, you just kind of see more fighting. Saw some really cool fighting techniques with Gato, kind of egging that older gentleman on. By doing certain movements, he knew how the individual would react, which I thought was super important because that just means that Gato's super knowledgeable when it comes to fighting, and he knows that whatever moves he's going to do, whatever he's going to show, somebody's going to think about how to counter it, and Gato's already thinking of a way to counter that counter. I also really, really liked that Gojo re-explained his abilities. It was super important because we got it in season 1, but that's season 1. If you don't remember everything, then, because I think he said it on episode like 5 of season 1, so kind of a long time ago, reintroduces it. I enjoyed the fact that we got to see an incomplete move through Gojo because he's been super OP throughout this entire series. So seeing him fail at something was very nice to see because it just kind of shows that, hey, he can make mistakes, can screw up in certain places. And yeah, we know that Toji did the bounty so that he can wear down Gojo, and it's going to essentially wear down Geto as well because, you know, they're fighting together. They're protecting Riku as well. And yeah, so apparently that's what we're going to be watching more of, watching all these bounty hunters attacking them, trying to kill Riku. And I can't wait. Next week is going to be another amazing episode. Mappa's doing an amazing job just kind of building all this storyline up because we need this backstory to really understand what happens in the future. And it's definitely super, super important to watch and find out what happens. So, but that is all we got for this episode. Thank you for watching another episode of Anime Lounge Short Flights. Make sure to check out the anime show on Facebook and Instagram. Also, please give us a like and subscribe to us. Help us out. Let us know how much you're enjoying this content. And drop a comment. Let us know what you think of the season so far of Jujutsu Kaisen. Have a good one, everyone.